Ruben here. Let's talk about how we can make your prospects see your brand when they're interacting with your content inside Mimiran. If you go to your document templates, let's say we've got this project proposal template. If I preview this, it's all right. It's a little boring unless your branding is kind of gray and white. So let's go and edit this content, and I can go and, for example, I might want to change the font color or even the font itself. I can change, of course, the type of text I'm dealing with. I can adjust the size, and I can do all this. And if I do this in a template, it will then show up every time I create content from this template. But still, it's a little bit of a pain in the neck. What if I have different templates? What about my lead magnets and so on? So let's go ahead and look at some other ways to handle this that are going to make it easier for our brand to really shine through. And let's go to admin account settings. Let's add a logo, right? Like, let's have our logo be what people actually see. And then if we want to, we can even add a background image that's going to go around the content and go over the background color. And then we can also set the header color. And something that is very handy if you're on a Mac, you can use this digital color meter app, and it will let you copy and paste the color. So now if I preview this, you can see it's starting to look a lot more fun and friendly. I've got my logo here, got my colors. It's going to fill in my logo automatically, but maybe I want some of this text to be a little bit more on brand. So let's go back to our account settings, and on the second tab, the custom styles section, we can use some of these presets, but we can also create our own custom styles. So if you're familiar with CSS, cascading style sheets, this will be old hat to you. If you're not that big a deal, you can look it up. You can ask your web person for help. But the basic idea is we're going to set some basic styles. So how do we do this? We're going to put what's known as a class name in here. And again, if you're familiar with CSS, you'll be familiar with class names. But the idea is we're going to put .mimiran-content. And then in this case, let's make sure that our header one is the color that we want. And so then we can say, what property do we want to adjust for that? The color. And then we can even do things like maybe we want to make font weight bold. And we could even say, well, maybe we want to do the header level 2 as well. And let's actually go with a green here. And we'll let the rest of this be as is. And we can hide the custom style sheet and preview the style. Okay, that's looking good. And then maybe we actually want to change this to show that green. Notice that if we want to, we could remove or change the background and the logo at this point. We're going to set the header text color to be that nice green. There we go. That's looking a little better. And now if we go preview, you can see we've got those fonts showing through here. And then anytime we create a new document, it's going to have those properties. Now maybe I decide that's a little bit too much. There we go. That's looking nice. Now, one more thing I can do here. What if I want this accept button, which is really styled by the app, to look a little different? You're not supposed to do this, but I'm going to show you a secret. We can go back into the custom styles, show our custom style sheet. We want to use the class. What we want to do is use the .mimiran-btn-accept class, and then we can also do the same thing except add the :hover on it, and I'll put the actual CSS styles in the comments so you can copy and paste them. And I'm not necessarily recommending this particular color scheme. But now you can see we have styled the accept button to be exactly what we want. So using this custom style sheet option, you can really set things up to look however you want in Mimiran so that when people are interacting with your content, they feel like they're interacting with your brand